Hi, this is Mr. H, and this is part 2 of Let's Celebrate Election Day by Barbara deRubertis. Starting over here on page 21. There are 3 levels of elections in the United States: federal, state, and local. Federal elections. We select members of 2 of the 3 branches of the federal government on General Election Day. The executive branch. We vote for a president and vice president. The legislative branch. We vote for members of Congress. Senators are elected for 6-year terms. Representatives are elected for 2-year terms. The judicial branch. We do not vote for federal judges. The president nominates Supreme Court justices and other federal judges. They must all be approved by the Senate. State elections. We vote for state officials such as the governor, who runs a state's government. We elect people to represent us in the state's lawmaking body, the state legislature. We also elect most state justices and judges. We focus on issues such as raising the minimum wage for workers in our state. Local elections. We vote for local officials such as the city mayor or the county sheriff. We vote for members of groups such as the school board or the city council. Many local judges are appointed by the governor or the state legislature, but some local judges are elected. We vote on projects we are being asked to pay for, such as buying a new fire truck. How we vote. Each state decides how its people vote. Many states set up special places to vote called polling places. People arrive on election day, get in line, and wait for their turn to vote. A few states have all their voters send in their votes by mail, and Oregon is one of those states. All states have secret ballots. This means that no one can see how anybody else voted. People vote on paper ballots or using voting machines. Most states also allow early voting ahead of Election Day. The goal is to get as many people as possible to vote. The larger the number of people who vote, the more the election represents all of the people. A big Election Day problem. A big problem we have on Election Day is low voter turnout. This means that many people don't show up to vote. About 60% of qualified people actually vote in presidential elections. Only about 40% vote in midterm elections. And only 20% of young people aged 18 to 25 cast votes. In 2016, less than 30% of qualified people elected the president. Many people have tried to figure out why voter turnout is so low in the U.S. There are a number of possible reasons. In some states, it can still be difficult to register and to vote. Some polling places have shortened the hours they are open. This is discouraging to voters. People are frustrated by long lines at polling places. It is not always easy to find time to vote on a Tuesday in the middle of the work week. Some people think, my vote won't make a difference, but every vote matters. Celebrating General Election Day. In 8 states, General Election Day is a civic holiday, but all of us can still celebrate Election Day whether or not it's a holiday and whether or not we are old enough to vote. First and foremost, we can remind all the adults we know to vote. We can help neighbors who don't have transportation find a way to vote. When we see people wearing "I voted" stickers, we can thank them for voting. We can join in the excitement as we watch the election results roll in. Whether our favorite candidates win or lose, we will have the satisfaction of knowing we have done our part in protecting our democracy. Americans are very lucky to have a democratic system where elections are, for the most part, fair and honest. But not everyone in the world has this privilege. In some countries, people have no voice in their government. The leaders have complete power over their people, and these leaders often rule for a long, long time. People around the world watch democratic countries like ours. They want to see how a democracy works. They want to see if we use our freedoms responsibly. Voting in elections gives us a voice in our government. And the more people who vote, people of all genders, races, colors, and religions, the more the results reflect the wishes of all Americans. We can use our voices to make America stronger, safer, kinder, and more generous. We can help to make America a good place for all Americans and a good neighbor to the rest of the world.